So those are so now
That's good
the
stuff.
whole desk is it was standing last week,
Yeah,
but
that's what I was gonna say. You look at like you're at the same level,
it does.
almost,
Okay. Well, the
I
camera's
guess.
on the same place on the computer,
Ah,
so the computer went down along with my legs. Um,
interesting.
but yeah, this week was a fun experiment in standing desk because um, I have a situation where it's not one of those things you can rise and then lower.
Mm.
So it's like you either commit or you don't commit.
Right, right.
um,
Going
and
all in.
and so I thought it would be good for me. I thought it would be fine and easy, but it is so hard. It
Oh,
like hurts your feet
oh
bad after a
no.
while.
Wow.
Especially since if you have no middle ground and you have a 3 hour class,
Right,
what are you gonna do, you know?
right.
And um so at the beginning of the week I was like, this is okay, we're doing all right, and then my feet weren't feeling good. And
Yeah.
what I noticed was this is sort of similar to the fingernail question that we had
Ah,
last
interesting.
week. Why haven't we developed an ability to stand for long periods of time? You know,
Mm.
like we were able to movement is a little bit better, but standing itself, like people would rather be walking or like slightly jogging than standing in place. Like
Mm.
standing in place seems to be
Oh yeah.
it hurts a lot more.
And when
And
you're tired of standing in place, you do start like moving around at that point.
mm-hmm.
There's a lot of shuffling in place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's
Interesting.
like, so why haven't humans been able to? Because it's like so I read this book called Born to Run over the summer.
The
Um,
album by Bruce Springsteen
yeah,
is a book that you read.
it, the album was inspired by his own book,
Right.
and the book was just the lyrics to the song and the chord changes. um, but it's about this Mexican tribe called the Tarumara, that uh, they like run ultra marathons
Mm,
constantly. Like
mm,
they have like very low, very minimal footwear. Like they make their sandals out of tires, and um, and they're able to do it just fine. And
yeah.
but what they said in the book was that if they're not running, they're sitting or lying down.
Interesting.
So it's like the in between is not standing,
Right.
it's like lying down and resting your legs. So it's like
Yeah.
why haven't
Interesting.
so it's like either we have to be moving very fast or literally none at all.
Or no movement. Do they walk around like their house or do they run
they
everywhere?
they walk sometimes like short distances, but
Okay.
if you're going from village to village in the Copper
Yeah.
Canyons, those are like 20 miles or something like that.
Mm.
And so they're
They
gonna
just run
run.
it.
It's like, what are we gonna do? Walk? Um,
Right.
um, so I thought that that was interesting
That's
because
very interesting.
apparently there's also a condition you can develop where like just like liquid develops at the bottom of your legs and it's like bad for circulation.
Mm.
So we stopped.
Oof.
We we here at David headquarters stopped.
Yeah. You are anti-liquid in your foot.
A
Yeah, no,
controversial opinion.
yeah, yeah, not to be controversial. Um, but no, that's interesting, but I feel like if in order to there hasn't been an impetus to stand more. In fact, over time, humans have designed things so they could stand less and do less work. And so I think if there was a generation that really sort of committed to it and was like,
Mhm.
all right, we're going to be the generation that changes standing for everyone. If like everyone in the world started standing a lot more right now and taught their kids to stand a lot more,
Mm,
I would imagine we would get a
taught.
lot more standing endurance. No, but like if everyone just destroyed their chairs and was just like,
Yeah,
I mean,
like
yeah,
we would adapt. Like
right. Yeah, we would adapt, but everybody's been doing the opposite, which is making things so that we don't have to
that's
stand.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. um yeah, I don't know. It's I mean,
Getting at the
that's
real stuff here.
yeah,
Yeah.
hard hitting topics here
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
Boonch podcast.
Indeed.
No holds barred. But yeah, I mean, that's I mean, there's a gradualist approach, but then also I don't know. Like I'm not standing is obviously it's obviously better than sitting, but if you sit in the right way, it's not necessarily bad. Like the problem is just like your back and your spine being like
Right.
curved, and
Right.
that's what you want to avoid. And then standing forces you to do that, but a lot of chairs are more like, just like relaxing and not good. So I think it would be very possible to do to just have chairs that are well designed for just having your back straight, and designing everything like desks and other things, or yeah, just to be able to force your back to be straight. Because standing, I don't know, I think your body is more designed for movement than it is for
Right.
standing, and standing is more of a compromise to why sitting's bad than it is for like a substitute for physical activity, right?
Right. Right.
So
Now, follow up.
mhm.
Do you know what about those desks that are like also a treadmill? Would
Yeah,
a walking desk be better?
that's an experiment I haven't done yet.
Right.
But I mean, I would think that they would be better,
I
because
would agree.
yeah, those would definitely be nice. I think it might be harder to work, but
Yes.
it would still be like what I want to have when I get my own apartment is to have a treadmill like by the TV. So instead of
Mm.
like have a seating like desk situation so that my back is straight and work feels comfortable, but then when I'm doing something like watching TV,
Yeah.
lazing around at the end of the day, instead of like sitting in a sofa going like this, eating my Stouffer's
Yeah.
fried chicken casserole,
Yeah.
I can instead walk 2 miles while
Yeah,
watching
while
while
watching the
extreme
old tube.
couponers. I walk 2 miles while watching myself walk 2 miles from yesterday.
Uh,
Classic.
It's the speaker knockers.